Yo, what up, y'all? Back with another episode. Was gonna do this tomorrow, but end up getting my second vaccination today. Not sure how this gonna have my body feeling today or tomorrow. So, why I put off for tomorrow what you can get done today. I want to make this comment before I even get started. For a lot of you ladies, I don't pander to women. You guys have enough shows that pander to you guys. So, the remarks, the comments, you hate women and all of that. You single, which I could tell some of you guys don't listen. I'm happily married to a black woman, a beautiful chocolate black woman. It's not about hating women or black women. My stance is quite clear with all of this. There's a different side of the coin. And the side of the coin I represent is for the men for the most part. Now, if they do something foul, I'll call it out. Just like when I talk about the Ahmaud Arbery situation or any other situation. If men do something foul, I'll call it out. But you already got Derek Jackson, Steve Harvey, countless other podcasters who want to pander to you and tell you you are God's gift to the world and the world cannot function without you. I'm going to give you guys just a quick news flash. When we all die, guess what? The sun going to come out tomorrow whether I'm here or not. The world does not revolve around me, just like the world does not revolve around you. And a lot of you women, you don't take accountability for your actions. It's always somebody else's fault for everything that you do. Which leads me into today's topic, which is avoid these type of women who always end up in these type of relationships. And this in a Facebook group I'm in, and it comes from a guy, one of the panderers in there, who loves to tell the women, yo, you need to be treated like this. These men keep doing you guys like this. And you can get all the women saying naked truth, absolute truth. Thanks for the advice. Perfect said, well done, all of that. But what I'm going to point out to you guys today is the women who are always in these relationships like this, they aren't victims. They love this. They love toxic relationships. They don't want any nice guys. It's why our culture, the black culture, the so-called black man's culture, the so-called black culture is in the place that it's in now. It's because a lot of women don't want the nice guy. The nice guy would love to be in a relationship with her, treat her like a queen. The so-called queen that she says she wants to be treated as. That's not who she wants. She wants the guy who's going to cheat on her, who all the other women want, because it's like high school. When you're talking about a lot of these women, you're talking about high school stuff almost. Don't have my gum. I'm just going to have to sip on water this whole episode there. Talking about high school stuff almost. So you get a lot of the not so-called non-select men. They think it's about money. It's never been about money with ladies. It's always about status. See, they'll go pick the corner boy who got the fresh pair of ones on and been rocking the same 2 or 3 t-shirts. And it looked like he got a crew and it looked like he getting to it because it looks like he has it. It's just status. He don't have it though. All he have is enough money. He make less than what a McDonald's minimum wage worker would make. But on the outside looking in is, yo, but he getting his own. He getting it from the mud. Well, no, he's not really getting his own. He working for somebody else. They in front of him a little work, and he get enough that's left over to buy him a fitted, a t-shirt or a couple of t-shirts and a pair of shoes. Then next go around, he might get him a pair of jeans or two pair of jeans and a new hat. Then next go around might get new pair of shoes and maybe 3 or 4 more t-shirts and just keep making it look good. But he ain't making no money at all. But it's all just the status of it. It's the same as when they want the athlete in high school. They don't care if he's dirty or not. If he's a superstar athlete, they just want the status of it. That's why I always say a lot of women are stuck in high school. They just want the status of all of this. They want to be able to say, yo, I'm married to this guy. Or that's my guy. That's my fiance. That's my boyfriend. All of those type things. I got the guy. He chose me over the thousands of other options he had, or the hundreds of other options that he had, or the 20 or 30 other options he had. He chose me, not you. It's why they come to these groups and these conversations saying, I ain't never letting them go. Yeah, he can sleep with you. He still come home to me though. Toxic women. It is why I say a lot of women are agents of chaos. That's a statement women I know who are close to me, they despise me saying, but that is what it is. A lot of women thrive in chaos. They love it. When everything is settled and things are moving good, they start to get nervous. They start looking for stuff to complain about or looking for the next challenge. You ever have it where your wife come to you and she just like, hey, yo, if you do this, let's settle in on this. All I want you to do is take me out once a week and have 2, 3, maybe a couple hour-long conversations. You do that. You've done that for the next 6 months. So then this is what she comes to you and say, I don't feel like you're giving me enough time. Yeah, we're going out, but we're going out once a week. Yeah, we talk, but we only talk a couple hours a week. That ain't enough. I need more than that. So can you give me 3 to 4 hours of communication now, where it's just us talking, and let's find something else to do. So it's 2 days a week now. It could just be a walk or whatever. Now, what you have to understand is she's breaking you. But the game for her is to break you. And once she breaks you, this is how all of this plays out. You look up and you're in a relationship 20 years later and you wonder, why did she leave? I gave her everything. Nothing else for her to fix. There's nothing else for her to fix at that point. She got your time 3 to 4 days out of the week. She's broken you down now to y'all communicating an hour to 2. You've basically become her complete best friend now. And I mean complete. She don't have an outside life really, but with you. Or what it is, I'm going to be honest and just say it like this. What a woman wants is her time to always be occupied. See, what a woman truly wants is to have her female best friends over here that's going to occupy her time. But when they not occupying her time, work not occupying her time, they want you to occupy it. And that's why when I talk to my guys, we had this conversation. Even I go through it. I can be talking to my wife, man, and she could be going for about 20, 30 minutes. And we can be going back and forth dialogue-wise. When the conversation is over, she'll come back a day or two later and be like, you were listening to me because you was reading, you was on your phone, you was playing a game while we was talking. Yeah, but everything you said, I responded to. I heard what you said. Even when you asked, was I listening? I repeated what you said to let you know I was alert and listening. Well, I just like to have your undivided attention. They'll never be happy. It's like we're not intelligent enough to walk and chew gum at the same time. I need your eyes on me. That's what I'm saying when I'm saying they want it all. Don't even matter that y'all really having, and a lot of guys go through this. We all laugh. It's like a running joke. I used to just think it was, it's probably just me going through this. But it's why I also tell you, man, you probably need to talk to more men. You'll find out a lot more men go through the same things. We just sit in our relationships quietly. We sit in them quietly thinking we the only ones going through it, and we don't want to feel like less of a man complaining about it to another man because he won't understand what we talking about. When in fact, he knows exactly what we talking about. But you also have to understand when we come across those type of situations, like I said, those are women. They're looking to kind of I hate to say break you, but they're looking to mold you into what they want to mold you into. Like they'll come to you and say, yo, look, I want some flowers, or I want this, or I want you to do this for me to make me feel special. So then you say, you know what? She right. Let me start being more attentive and doing those things. So you start doing those things. Yo, let's go out. Let's do this. Let's do that. Then they'll come back to you months later when you have a disagreement. You'll be like, yeah, but I'm doing those things you asked. Yeah, but it don't really mean the same because I had to ask you to do it. Go figure. So then I just can't win, huh? Or they'll get to the, yo, I want to go on vacation. I want you to pick something out. Well, I don't really have a problem, babe, with where you want to go. So why don't you tell me where you want to go? And we'll figure it out from there. No, I want you to take charge on it. All right. Bam. Got you, babe. Like Kevin Hart say, got you, babe. I do it. You go do it. And guess what the response is? I don't really want to go there. Okay, but yeah, I want to go here. Yeah, I was thinking about if we was going over here. So you got anything else? Okay, yeah, I got this option too. Yeah, I don't want to go there either. I was thinking more of here. Yeah, but I just asked you, why don't you pick it then? Because I'm not going to complain and make this into a whole 2, 3, 4 week conversation back and forth about where we going. Just pick where you want to go. Let's cut out all the extra talking and we'll just go there. But like I said, you'll end up in certain situations, man, when you're dealing with people, especially women, where they'll never be content and happy, man. And it's why I tell people, my wife thinks it's dumb when I say this, but there are times I just tell her no, even when I shouldn't tell her no, but I say it just for her to understand, like, I ain't always going to cave when you want something. Like, there's just going to be times I'm going to have to say no, just so you understand. No exists. No matter the whining, no matter the pouting, no matter the I'm going to be quiet for a few days, or I'm going to make it awkward for a day or two or a few hours for you. Yeah, sometimes you just have to understand, like, yeah, no is on the table. Like, no matter how you bat your eyes or pout, not that my wife pout or bat her eyes and stuff like that, but this in terms of when you deal with women on that front, you can pout, scream, yell, go on a sex strike. Sometimes, you're going to have to tell your wife no and stand on that and be firm. She'll respect you for it later, I promise you. But we're 14 minutes in already. Let's get into this. You should avoid, number one, you should avoid a relationship that is based on sex alone. It has no future. If all you do is to sleep with each other instead of discussing things that will benefit your life, then that relationship is a waste of time and destiny. First of all, that's not even, it's a sex relationship, but it's not the relationship that you're talking about. That's not a relationship. That's a situationship. We get together. That's a friends with benefits type of thing. That's just a situation where we get together, we do what we do, and I'm gone. If you're not having conversations about the future, then that just is what it is. Sorry, you know. No, if only thing going on here is sex, then that's just what that relationship is. Be accountable for that though. You women blame the men for that when it's like all you want from me is sex. Yeah, but that's all you want. No, it's not. I want more. Yeah, but all we do is this. So if we both only consent to doing this, and this is all we both getting out of this, and that's what we both wanted out of this. Be accountable for your actions. Number one. Number two, avoid any relationship that has no direction, purpose, or aim. The layman's terms, avoid any relationship where we ain't talking about marriage or we're not getting married. And married could be the end game. But again, like I tell you, man, okay, you get married, and then what? See, I'll keep telling you that marriage is just a Western culture term, to be honest with you, the way we think of it over here. Whereas, yo, I'm getting ready to go. We getting ready to get married in the church, this big wedding. Now she needs to submit, do this, do that. My wife won't have to work. I'm gonna give you a news flash, even for the women who think that. You work when you don't have to work. The thing is, you just don't get paid for it at this point. Well, you gotta get up, wake all the children up, make sure your husband up, make sure breakfast is made, make sure he out of the house to work on time, make sure them children going to school, get back home, clean up the mess they done made, wash clothes, fix yourself lunch, sit down for a second, kick your shoes off, watch your 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock show, or hit the gym or whatever, get back up, go pick the kids up, drop them off at after school, come back home, do homework, cook dinner, get them ready for bed, have a conversation with your husband, finish it off with sex. You working. And it's a job where you really don't get off either. So I know a lot of people kind of look at it and it's just like, yo, well, you need to make sure you're getting into marriage. A lot of these women, man, when they say they want to get married, they have an idea of what they think married life is. And it's usually watching TV. They see certain things on TV, which is why I'm telling you this when they saying avoid the relationship that has no direction or purpose. The purpose could be marriage, but if she not really cool with playing that role, then you still wasted your time. And she'll blame you for that too at the end of the day. And say you didn't hold up to the vows. You promised to do this, do this, do this. And she'll say, well, I ain't Superwoman. You wanted me to cook, clean, take care of the kids, have sex with you. Yeah, but you said you didn't want to work. We all got a role to play here. But before we even take that, because number 2 can be taken into a whole nother episode. We'll just stick to it though. Avoid any relationship that has no direction, purpose, or aim. In layman's terms, men, if you ain't talking about getting married early on in a relationship, that's them basically that's him advising women, let it go. Like I said, for me, I'm going to be honest with you, you should at least wait a year before you even start to really take into heavy consideration whether that woman is even marriage material. You guys should have spent the night with each other a few times out of the week, start to see how she's living, all of that, before you even think about, okay, is she worthy of being married to? And even if she is, now you want to find out, can I wake up and deal with this 24/7 every day of the week the rest of my life? Which is a conversation people don't normally have. You'll get a lot of elders who will tell you, oh, you can just figure that out. No, if a clean house irks you and she don't clean, you can't figure that out. You got to go. Same as for her. If certain things you do irk her, she got to go. So when they tell you avoid any relationship that has no direction, purpose, or aim, like I said, that's basically them again, just saying, yo, he need to be talking married soon. And I don't think a lot of people understand the work it takes to be married, but we'll let that one go. That's really a number. That's a point where there's no accountability for that. Number 3, avoid any relationship that doesn't add any positive impact on your life. Take a sip of water with this one. See, this is the one I'm always talking about when I'm saying she wants you to be her lawyer, her doctor, her pastor, her therapist, her sex adonis, and her father. She wants you to have it all. If you cannot provide those things, she will have a crew of people and men, pandering men like this guy, who will justify her jetting out on you. She won't be accountable for our actions at that point. Because this is when I tell you again, if you can't provide a woman all of those things, she's going to always say, I can do better. Somebody can do all of these things. Nobody can do all of these things. But in their mind, it's like the guy who wastes thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on playing the lottery with his odds, knowing what the odds are. But they'll keep playing because it's just that dream. It's just like, yo, if I get it, though, guess what? Guess how my life going to be? And I think if a woman found that, she still wouldn't be satisfied. She'll find something else. She'll find a new category to create, to then complain about. Because for the most part, the majority of women will never be completely satisfied in a relationship. That is what it is, man. So with number 3, avoiding any relationship that doesn't add any positive impact on your life. She won't take accountability for herself in that situation, saying, yo, I'm not happy. Wasn't happy before you came here. See, number 3 can go so many ways because of a situation like this. You can come in and she can have low self-esteem. And when you meet her, she can be like, yo, my waiter issue, I was abused as a child, or not even sexually abused. I felt like people was a little hard on me. I was bullied in school, all those things. So I just need you to give me positive reinforcements. You know, at least once or twice a day. Tell me I'm beautiful. Tell me I'm doing this. This is where she's going to start to make you responsible for her own self-esteem now. So anytime she low, you can tell her she's beautiful 5 times a day. She's going to say, I needed 6 or 7 now. That's again why I say she'll be like, he just don't do enough. He don't encourage me enough. He don't make me feel like I matter. And you'll come and be like, yo, I give you massages once a week. You know, I cook for you twice a week, while I make sure I take care of dinner 2 or 3 times a week. I do the laundry. I go do the lawn, take the garbage out. You know, I listen to you. I talk to you. I encourage you to do what you want to do. I always got your back. But she'll still come back and be like, because of the stuff she was dealing with way before you came, she'll pick you and say, you're the reason now why she feels that way, knowing she felt that way before she even walked in a relationship. She'll just come in and be like, yo, but this guy over here, this new guy I just met, he giving me all of this time in this field. Like, he listening to me 30 hours a week. When in your head, hey, chick, I'm working 50 hours a week. I work 50 hours a week. I'm in the gym 7 hours a week. I got to spend time with my children. That's 10 hours. That's at least 7 to 10 hours a week of just our time. And then I still spend time with you. Like, what you want me to do? Like, dude on the outside just focusing on you at the end of the day. He ain't focusing on the daily routine and the day-to-day business of his family. But you'll take the heat for it. So at number 3, she ain't accountable with that either. But you'll take the blame for it. And it's why I say women who come out of relationships like this and they always got a story to tell, as you get to know them, listen, but already start setting up your evacuation plan. If you just want to smash, dash, and run, set that up and get out of there. I would suggest you don't touch it at all. Once you kind of get to know what this is, you start putting this in friend zone range, and then eventually she'll lose interest, and y'all both can go y'all separate way. Number 4. Sheesh, we 25 minutes in already. Run away from any relationship that gives you more sorrows than joy. Again, just like I told you with number 3, we'll connect those together. You're going to be responsible for her self-esteem at the end of the day. Be it right or wrong. That's just why I always tell you, you got to be the lawyer, the doctor, the therapist, the preacher, the sex adonis, and father. Like, you got to play all of these hats, along with you protecting your own mental space, which is why I keep telling people, it's why a lot of men in general die before women. Because we don't get a chance to protect our mental space. We're in charge of protecting our children's mental space, her mental space. She'll be screaming, yelling, and doing all of this throughout the relationship, and I need more and all of this. And then when we die, then she crying and casket going under. Oh God, take me with him, Lord. And it's just like, all right, man. You've been crucifying Papa all this time, man. But she just be like, yo, it was a complicated situation. No, dude was a good dude. But you just never was satisfied. And you wasn't satisfied until you went down under. And then when you go down under, she gonna always compare to me and after you to you saying y'all just ain't good enough. You would have still been here if she just would have gave you that. She would have just let you know a couple of times out of month, yo, I really appreciate you. You go around and ask most married men how many times they wives really come. That's the one thing I do cherish about my wife, is at least a few times a month. She'll be like, yo, babe, I appreciate you handling this. I appreciate you handling this. I appreciate you doing that. For me, she know I'm not a gift guy. So, anything I kind of need, I'm going to go get anyway. So, and I'm not a fancy type guy like that anyway. So it don't really bother me like that. So besides shoes, shirts, fitted, stuff like that, I'm cool on that type of stuff. I'm not a earring, jewelry, car, watch type of guy. But it's just her just saying she appreciate me. That go a long way to just keep on a day-to-day basis. Like, yo, at least I know she appreciate what I'm doing. She value that. I promise you can ask the majority of men who've been in relationships for a long time. There's no appreciation for any of the things we do. They think when they give you a Christmas present and a Father's Day gift, it's like, yo, I got you this for this day, and that for that day. And that's it. See, they want men to be thoughtful. We need to come up with stuff when it ain't a gift. Yo, why don't you just get me some roses here and there? Why don't you write me a letter here and there? Why don't you give me a massage here and there? Why don't you just come and talk to me here and there? Why don't you do this? We're supposed to do all that. While with them, for us, they think when they giving their marital advice out, yo, if he felt a certain kind of way, just have sex with him. Like, that's what they truly think of us. As long as I give him this magical, mythical box I got, he okay. And that's why he cheat on you, because your box ain't magical or mythical. But let's go to number 5. Because number 4 is the same as number 3, like I said. She won't be accountable for her own self-esteem or the way she feels. Before I go to number 5, I will state this. You being happy or content, that's a choice you make to be angry every day. When you let your emotions get the best of you, that's a choice you make. That don't have nothing to do with nobody else. If I let somebody get under my skin, that's a choice I made to give them that type of energy. I don't give people that type of power. So I would never hold anybody accountable for making me feel sorrow or sad or something like that. Like, if we're not talking about a death or something like that, yeah, I'm not even talking about that. Run away from any relationship. Number 5, run away from any relationship that makes you cry or gives you more tears and cry than laughter? Again, number 5 goes, and see, this is kind of how they pander though, because they crazy enough to think a lot of these things are different when a lot of these things are all rolled up into the same thing. Again, this will be the damsel in distress conversation. You'll have a woman come to you, and unless you're really talking about you was physically abusive to her, everything else, she got the power to get up and go. She's choosing to be in this because she enjoys it. Some people don't want to live. They grew up toxic, so toxic is common to them. It makes them feel normal. Like, you ever notice, before I get back to this, when you're in the hood, you get out and you get out in the suburbs, so you start living amongst white people. And I hate to do this to our culture, but ever notice when you get out amongst white people, you get up, they, hi neighbor, good morning. They greet you with a smile. Yeah, how was your day? You work over there? Yeah, I work over here, such and such like this. Yeah, I know some guys over there. So if you ever need anything, you can come over here and ring my doorbell or such and such like that. Hi, I'm your neighbor. I'm this, I'm that. Then you go in the hood, and it's what? You got to pull teeth to get a good morning out of somebody. They want to give you a head nod. They mean mugging. You could tell a woman, same as Kevin Samuels the other day when he was just like, why are you beating men over the head because they just say smile beautiful? I shouldn't have to smile. That's how women are. You can say, good morning, beautiful. The morning ain't so good. And I don't even look beautiful this morning. I just threw this, my bad, I'm out. But this is what I'm telling you. You're dealing with people, low self-esteem, man. Always angry. They're going to be angry regardless. Some people just love to complain. That's the culture we live in. And when I say love to complain, I literally mean they just love to complain, man. Like, you can find people and it's just like, hey, yo. Like, if you ever ask people, if you could end police brutality and racism, would your life be better? And they give you that look. No, because we'll still be poor and our people impoverished. So if that's really the main reason, then why are you so focused on this over here then? Well, at this point, that's just more important. No, taking care of you and your individual needs, that's more important. And it's a conversation I have with people on a regular basis when I tell them, don't focus on presidential elections and senators and House of Reps. Oh, that's fine. Like, when you vote for the president, that's really a lot of foreign policy stuff, man. They ain't thinking about your block. What you focus on is making your community better. You focus on the things that's going to affect you on a day-to-day basis. That's going to get your mental space in the correct space on a day-to-day basis. But some people don't want to be happy. So they'd rather focus on everything else that they can complain about. Because when you complain about what the president does, or you take it back to this relationship, you complain this man's sex is terrible. He a terrible lover. He can't change that. They'll tell you. My wife says that. She's like, no, well, if men practice though, and hey, babe, if he ain't got some men don't have the equipment to touch. I don't want to get X-rated here, but some men don't have the equipment to touch certain places. So it don't matter how hard you try. That just is what that is. Like, that, there won't be any equality in that. Practice won't make perfect with that. If she's saying, yo, he doesn't make the type of money I want him to make. Again, that's her complaining about a situation he can't change right now in the present. But they'll keep complaining over and over and over again. And even now, if she got a guy who does both those things, works. This is when I tell people I can put all these scenarios together to let you know a woman won't really ever be happy. Because if you find a man who can give her that sexually and financially, then let me tell you what she's gonna come to you and say. All that's great, but I'm missing all the other intimate time. Like I don't have nobody here with me to watch my shows or long walks in the morning. Yeah, but I gotta work 70 hours a week to provide the lifestyle that you say you want. Yeah, but why don't you cut back? Okay, babe, I cut back. So then he cut back to 50. Yeah, things are a little tight around here financially. Yeah, but I thought you said cut back because this really didn't matter too much. You wanted more of the intimate time. You wanted the walks after work and the bike rides and all of that. And she's still complaining. That's why I tell people she'll always have you in a trick bag the whole relationship. You'll be the dog like my little baby over here, Libby. You'll be the dog chasing his tail. That tail been behind her all 9 years of her life. And to this day, she see it and still go chase it. So, number 5, run away from any relationships that makes you cry or gives you more tears and cry and laughter. What's really making you cry though? Are you crying because you're not happy as an individual? Which is for the most part what a lot of women have to do. They'll usually come to you in the late 30s and 40s. You'll start seeing all these Instagram posts saying, I'm just doing a lot of soul searching and self-evaluation. Because at that point, enough relationships can fail where she knows it's not that she really recognized she's a terrible woman. She knows it's bad data out here about her. So now what she's trying to do is let the men know now who might be interested, I'm doing work. Even though she really ain't doing no work, but she's just letting you know, yo, I'm doing work. That's when you'll start seeing all of these Fred Hammond posts and Kirk Franklin and all these Jesus blogs and videos of people singing and all of that was just like, yes, Lord, thank you for changing me. That chick ain't changed, man. That's her still trying to manipulate the next sucker who coming in. Number 6, do not stay in a relationship where you love someone, but the person makes you unhappy many times. Talking about accountability again. Because again, how are you being made unhappy? Again, we're not talking about infidelity or physical abuse. Anything else that's really making you unhappy, that's a lot of you. That's a lot of things you need to deal with. But like I said, man, we'll take the blame for it. But he wasn't present for this, he wasn't present for that, and you, yo, but I had to do this. Well, when my daddy was doing this, he did this for me. Okay, yeah, but I'm not your father. I'm me. Yeah, well, if you love me though, like my daddy loved me, you'll be doing this. Yeah, but you said you don't really, your relationship with your father is strained. Well, I don't really want to talk about that all right now. I just want to talk about that situation right there he did. That was him showing love. Okay, yeah, but again, that's a different individual than me. And she'll start making comparisons to the man who she then comes to you and tell you, yo, I ain't really got that great of a relationship with him. Like, we ain't really rock like that. But she telling you she wants you to have a relationship like that with you guys' daughter. Now, what she's doing when she does that is she wants to form a bond now with that daughter and that child. Well, now it could be like, yeah, I went through the same thing with my daddy, but we got each other. We could be best friends. We can lean on each other. And she's then creating a strain between you and the daughter so she can get the daughter out of the way so she can monopolize more of your time. You got to understand how this game goes when you're dealing with women, man. It's a sick psyche up there, man. A sick psyche. Like I said, we ain't talking infidelity or physical abuse, domestic violence. If you're unhappy, a lot of that's on you. Don't blame him for that. You got to control that. But like I said, a lot of you guys know you see arrows thrown at us on a day-to-day basis on social media. 1 second, he the greatest guy in the world. The next second, I'm just tired. I'm tired of dealing with this. I'm tired of dealing with. See, and that's the one thing I can always say irritates me when you're in a relationship with a woman is how fickle they are feelings wise. Where it's like on Monday and Tuesday, you're the greatest guy in the world. Thursday, she in her feelings, and it's like, no, it's been like this for some months. But the last couple months, you've been saying we was perfect. It ain't been better. I know I was saying that, but and then it's like, well, it wasn't though. So then the next argument or debate conversation you guys have, it's like, yeah, but I can't really trust you to be honest. You can't trust me to be honest. Yeah, you'll manipulate the situation. I don't manipulate anything. Yeah, but just a few months ago, you told me it was good, and it wasn't. And then you came and dropped it all on my lap and told me I was terrible. That's not you being upfront and honest. That's you having me believe something is that's not. But you allowing it to be that way because at that point, you're getting something out of that relationship or that situation that you want. So you're not going to say anything about that at that point because it's like maybe he taking care of something for you or, y'all got a trip to go on. So it's like, I ain't going to rock the boat right now. I'll wait till after this trip over with. I'll keep us in a good space. Then once this trip over with, I'll drop it then. That's you manipulating the situation. And for me, like I say, a lot of times it's going to be the women that's unhappy. And to be honest, if we not again talking about infidelity and domestic violence, it's 9 times out of 10, it's the woman bringing the drama to the relationship when you talk to a lot of men. You talk to women and listen to them. You listen to the stories and it's just like, yeah, he don't do this. And you thinking like, that's what you upset over? Yeah, but it affects this. And it's like, yeah, this chick batshit crazy, man. But number 6, again, no accountability. Do not stay in a relationship where you love someone, but the person makes you unhappy many times. That's the person, again, not being accountable for their own happiness. They want you to be in control of their self-esteem. Number 7, when you see signs that a relationship can't work, there is no need remaining into it. Flee from it. Don't keep managing. I mean, that's self-explanatory. Problem is, getting married for a lot of women is on their bucket list. So they'll ride that through and get married to you just to say they got married. And then they'll get divorced. They'll blame you for the divorce when they know, in fact, you guys weren't a perfect fit. You guys weren't a fit for each other to begin with. But they wanted to get down the aisle so bad just to say they got down the aisle that they just rolled it all the way through. They rolled it all the way through. And then a few months after that, it'll be like, yeah, I know this wedding put us in debt. And, we just having some financial issues and it caused a strain. And that's the problem. When in fact, that wasn't it. She just wanted the financial strain. That was her out at that point. I know this going to cause this, but that'll be my out and I can get the hell out of here. But I need to get down the aisle to say I've been married. Number 8, avoid any relationship where you find yourself struggling to love your partner. Why would you be in any relationship where you're struggling to love your partner? Now, see, there's a difference when you say I'm in love. When you don't love your partner, so you don't fall in and out of love quickly. But when you say I don't love them at all, or you struggling to love a person at all, yeah, you don't need to be in a relationship with them at all. But again, that goes with number 7. That's you already understanding this is not a fit. But again, this is where they'll try and manipulate a situation because they have some place they're trying to go at this point. Like I said, either you funding something for them, they don't have anywhere to go, or they just want to get married. Or they may be looking for a child just from your stock, where it's like, yo, he's 6'2", 6'3", he fit a certain mold that I want my child to have. Or he got good hair, I got bad hair. I want a kid with good hair. So I'm going to hold on to this, have a baby by him, and then I'll get rid of it. And then at the end, she'll say, yo, he was doing this. It's been going on for a year and a half out of the 2-year relationship. So why did you end up having a baby with him? Well, I thought we could make it work. Well, if you thought you could make it work, why didn't you just stay in it and keep fighting to make it work? But number 8, avoid any relationship where you find yourself struggling to love your partner again. That's you being accountable for that. You in control of who you love and who you don't love. That has nothing to do with him. But when you meet a woman who tells you stuff like this, go the other way, brother. Go the other way. Number 9, avoid any relationship where you are caged or restricted from your rights. No relationship should restrict you from your rights. Man, that's a doozy. Because if you caged or restricted from your rights, I don't even think this needed to be put in there, but because this number 9 just sounds like some pimp type stuff or sexual trafficking type stuff, but you know, to each his own. But like I said, number 9 can also fall into the domestic violence situation. I don't know how those relationships go. Not involved in that, so I'll leave that one be. Number 10, avoid any relationship that will keep you far away from God. And as we close this out, the last one, avoid any relationship that will keep you far away from God. How am I responsible for your relationship with God? But again, as a person who doesn't want to be held accountable for their actions. Yo, why you all the way down the street? Why you cheat? Why did you sleep with him? Because you ain't doing, no, you did it because you wasn't satisfied over here. And you wanted to go sleep with him. Just be real. Say what it is. Don't say, yo, I slept with him because you wasn't doing this, so I went over here. No, you slept with him because you wanted to see if you could be satisfied by him. That's all that is. You ain't got to blame nobody for why you went over there and did what you did. Yo, I just wanted to see what that was like. Just be honest. You don't need to blame people, though, for that. Yo, I stopped going to church because you don't do it. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's on you. Because I can tell you what. That's the one thing I always tell my wife. I don't need your validation for anything. If I stand strong and I stand firm on something, whether you with me or not, I stand firm on that. I don't need you to come over here and say, well, I don't like, well, that's fine. That's your problem. You don't like it. I stand right here on this. And that's just the end of that. So if my faith in God is this, ain't nothing you can do to change that. And if it does change, I need to do some soul searching. That don't have nothing to do with you. Now, could you have opened my eyes up to some other and some new information? Sure, but that's still me having to go investigate and decide I want to go elsewhere, is what I'm telling you. But in conclusion, we'll go with this. We'll wrap this up with number 10, avoid any relationship that will keep you far away from God. It's them not wanting to be held accountable again. They even blaming you for why they didn't stop going to the damn church, man. They even blaming you for that. When in fact, it was Eve who disobeyed God and got Adam to eat from that tree, man. Wasn't the woman. Wasn't the man who disobeyed. It was woman. But we take the blame for everything, man. Y'all enjoy. Father's Day a couple of months out, so we'll deal with that then. Might have a special interview coming up with that, though. I'm trying to get my old man locked where it's locked in, trying to figure out a day we can sit down and rap. I don't know if that'll be a 30. I won't say 30, but I meant to say 3. I don't know if that'll be a 3-part episode or how that'll be. Because at this point, That's a lot of conversation we need to have. So we may break that down into maybe like a monthly segment, depending on how that first episode goes. But to my men out here listening and to my ladies out here who listening, don't let her hold you accountable for her actions. And women, be accountable for the things you do out here. Stop blaming men for everything. It's your boy, the Hood Nerd. I'm out.